Hi, I'm Anthony J, and I am going to be reviewing Suicide Squad. This is my multiple attempt now of doing so since I saw the movie on Friday, and let this be the final one. Not just a lot has been going on with, like moving and remodeling and, just finding the time. So, here is the non-spoiler review of Suicide Squad. Basically, for the spoiler-free version, the movie actually starts off just kind of like the comics, where it gives a profile of each villain. You have Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Killer Croc, Captain Boomerang, Enchantress, and even Slipknot and El Diablo. Yeah, we are in Queens, next to, well, actually between two airports, so you're going to be hearing airplanes and cars. I'm sorry about that, I really am. But, yeah, I will say this much, though. Everyone played the characters very well. We're introduced to also Katana and Rick Flag and Amanda Waller. And of course, the one character everyone's been really curious about, the Joker. Yeah, as I said, the movie starts off showing everyone's profiles, all their strengths and weaknesses. If you don't know the idea of Suicide Squad, I'll break it down to you this way. They are a group of criminals who are in prison, Belle Reve to be exact, and they are enlisted by Amanda Waller, head of Cadmus in the government, and they are sent on a suicide mission. If they succeed in a mission, they get time taken off their prison sentence. If they fail, well, they die, and everything bad that happens will be thrown onto them as if they're the scapegoats. If they disobey or try to escape or anything like that, the implant chips in their head will explode. So they're pretty much stuck, between a rock and a hard place. Without going into too much detail, otherwise I'll be spoiling the movie, I will say this. The cameos you've heard of are in the movie. And they do a fantastic job. All the actors are great. They portray them very well. Margot Robbie did an excellent job as Harley Quinn. Little too overly sexualized, but that's based off the newer comics of Harley Quinn written by horny geeks. So that's how Harley Quinn has evolved. She doesn't have the same Arlene Sorkin deep Brooklyn voice that you hear in the animated series, but she does have a Brooklyn accent. It's more of a natural accent than, the cartoonish 1940s cigarette girl type of accent you hear. She's fun, she's loopy, and now I hear there's talk of maybe a solo film, and I think I would like to see that. Will Smith as Deadshot, I liked it. I'm always worried with Will Smith because even though he's a good actor, I'm always worried that he's going to bring his Agent J from Men in Black into the movie. And he's actually toned that down quite a bit in Suicide Squad. However, Floyd Lawton, the character who is Deadshot in the comics, he's not a very exciting guy except for his ability as Deadshot. But Floyd Lawton himself, it's just there. His only purpose is that he is a father with a daughter, and he cares about his daughter more than anything in the world, and he just wants to be with her. Will Smith portrays that very well, and he brings life into the character of being Will Smith. So I accept it because it makes me want to root for Deadshot even more. Amanda Waller, played by Viola Davis. They could have not picked a better actress to play Amanda Waller. She gets it. She has that brute strength and no nonsense. Mission only. Everyone else can die as long as the mission is accomplished. So she carried that very well. And the one character that everyone was probably really most curious about was the Joker, played by Jared Leto. Love the actor. I really do. I think he's very underrated, and I think people just make fun of him because he's in a band. But it doesn't take away from the fact he's a good actor. And I liked his Joker. I don't care for the design that much. I'm still working through that, but it's grown on me with the silver teeth and pretty much looking like a purple juggalo. But there's a spark to it. It's kind of held back, but for a movie like this, it's not about the Joker. It's actually about the Suicide Squad. Joker is just more of an obstacle. And I'm glad they held him back. Let him grow and explode for like other films to come. Too much of a good thing can be bad after all. And it's not like he was trying to impersonate Heath Ledger or Jack Nicholson or even Cesar Romero. It's almost like he took a piece of all of them and put it into one, but brought in some 2006 gangster into it. The movie itself, it's just your basic mission type of movie. I always compare it to Predator because, a bunch of commandos getting together, sent on a mission, go into the forest to take down a monster. That's what this movie is. And the climax, believe it or not, starts like a quarter into the movie. Kind of like Predator, where you know what's going to happen, you know the big battles right at the beginning. And that's fine. I was one of the few people that defended Batman vs. Superman, even though it does have its flaws. Me being a Batman fan, I loved it because Ben Affleck is awesome. Sorry if I use the word awesome a lot, that just seems to be describing a lot of this movie. But, alright, yeah. Batman's in the movie. He's not in it too much, just cameoing. Is that a word, cameoing? But I don't think I'm really giving anything away because we've seen appearances on late night talk shows where Batman is shown. Ben Affleck knocked it out of the park as Batman, and I'm going to say something controversial. Though Michael Keaton's a good Batman, just because he's the first good Batman don't mean that he is the only definitive Batman. Oh, I know, I just said something wrong. But Ben Affleck understands how to be Batman and Bruce Wayne. But I'm digressing here. The final climax battle was not very exciting. It was just there, I didn't bring up many of the other characters because, as good as they were, the movie only seems to focus on Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Joker, and Amanda Waller. And I'm not disappointed. I think what hurt the reviews, besides possible biased Marvel fans reviewing it before the movie actually came out, is that the director badmouthed Marvel, which I think is a big mistake because comic book geeks, as myself, are very vicious. They will take to the internet. Otherwise, no. This movie deserves more love. And as I defended Batman versus Superman, I will say Suicide Squad is better. It actually is. So, I am going to give this movie a B minus. It could have been more exciting. It could have had a better pace. The music didn't need to be so forced down our throats. But it's still lighthearted and visually impressive. So, yeah, it gets a B minus. And I won't say anything except for stick around mid-credits. There's a mid-credit scene, which is rare for a DC film. You don't have to stay till the very end of the movie to watch anymore because there's nothing there. Unless, of course, you want to read who the Grip was, or the Best Boy, or the Gaffer. Then if you want to know who that was, then go ahead and stick around in the theater. Otherwise, check out Suicide Squad yourself and keep a lookout for the spoiler version of the review.